What's up guys, I'm Solid Jake and this is a Chen Storm Scout video and guide. We're going to be doing a hyper defensive build, just kind of focusing on sustainability, shields, and pretty much his trait here, which is Fortifying Brew. If you've never seen Chen before, he's the newest hero in the game in the alpha at this point, and he's kind of weird. Every single ability has a 5-second cooldown. It's across the board, just 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, and even 5 seconds there. Obviously his heroic is not necessarily 5 seconds. Looks like they're pinging our AFK Brightwing, but that's just fine. Plenty of time for him to get into the action because he can just teleport to the lane. But really, this kind of rotation you do with Chen is again, you just kind of use all your abilities and you drink. When you're drinking, that's the only way to restore your mana. It's called Brew on this character. He literally drinks beer to use his abilities, and you know, based around that, you also gain shields. So this whole talent is just getting energy and getting, or trait, the whole is just energy and shielding, and we're actually going to spec heavily into that for additional shields, not only for myself but for my allies. Looks like so for level 1, I actually just kind of went over it while I was talking about Regen Master is the pick I go with. Of course, this gives you additional regen for all the globes you get, so this makes health globes a kind of crucial part of playing the character, but that's actually becoming more and more common with different kind of characters and mechanics like that. And again, you'll see I have to drink beer to restore my mana, and there it goes. So, but that also gives me a little bit of shielding, so you can actually get in someone's face, soak up a little bit of damage using your Fortifying Brew trait there, and just kind of bash at him. So if I go in, I don't necessarily want to just soak up damage for no reason, but I can dive in on him, use all my abilities, uses almost all my mana, and just sit here and channel my shields to gain not only mana but shielding. And the reason it works out so well is because it's a 5-second cooldown and everything, and that's just kind of how they design the character, and it's really fun and different. But Brightwing is kind of low, but having her here is going to give us a ton of sustain with her passive, which is actually just a pulse that happens every 5 seconds. Looks like she's healing up, and I'm just going to get my shields right on up and dive in and see what we can get done here. Don't want to get hit by Diablo. Just want to keep that siege tank, you know, weak, punished, make him tap his well, and fall back if possible. So you can actually use the chug trait, you know, like as often as you want. You can use it before you engage and after engaging. And we got to get our little Brightwing buddy out of here. Gonna try to peel. He should just be running. And you'll notice a flying kick actually sends you to the other side of the target, so it can help you, like, you know, get somebody out. Oh no, our Brightwing is in a tough spot. All right. Diablo backs up smartly because Nova is here to assist. Looks like our first tribute is spawning, and we do have to go there for sure. Brightwing can easily just hearth back and then use his Z to come back, the phase shift ability. And looks like Nova managed to use Envenom on the Diablo, getting the kill there. We saw Nova just barely getting out. And here's Brightwing back in action. We just want to get our brew up. And we're going to drink longer, even though we're going to be full. We're going to drink longer so we can just get our shields up. And we're just going to get this annoying little Murky out of here. And once again, I'm just sitting here drinking. I'm not really doing anything, just keeping my shields going. There is a maximum amount that can be channeled, and we need a little bit of mana. Interior will use his Q to get out of there. We're not going to chase, we're just going to grab the tribute. And here, we're actually going to go with Amplified Healing. Since this Brightwing seems to want to go with us, the additional 30% healing is just going to give Chen a ridiculous amount of sustainability. It's definitely a great talent. I mean, Amplified Healing is amazing on many characters. We can try to block here, but you'll notice, since Diablo was running away, we actually didn't make it fully on the other side. Just, I don't know if it's buggy, I don't know if it's something we're going to try to tweak a little bit more. That's just how it tends to work out. And we can actually just pin this Tyrael right here. So we know we're going to take a little bit of damage, but let's just send Murky home. And looks like we actually got another kill on Diablo from this little squad here. So very nice. We're in a really good spot. I mean, we got a half a level lead. And Sonya wants to go in. Not really. I mean, everyone's here, but yeah, not really worth it. We're not going to really get these kills. We can push them back, but I don't think we should chase. And oh, Sonya might fall, but we trying to body block, but no, Murky's just gonna run. The shield ally coming out of Brightwing there keeps Sonya alive, and she just needs to back. Alright, next tribute is up. We are all weak, and we're actually in a really bad spot to try to take this. A very nice knockback there with the sword, you know, just kind of pushes you away. He didn't even use his Q again. I mean, he pretty much guaranteed kill there by the Tyrael. So I was put out of position. So, you know, we can look at their composition and see that they have Tychus, Diablo, Murky, Tyrael, and Hammer, and that's a decent amount of auto attacking. So Swift Reflexes is a viable option, which is actually just a dodge every 4 seconds. But you know what, I'm going to go with Bolder Flavor, just go for the additional 40% shielding, because it's just a more overall, works on all, I mean, more than just auto attacks, works on abilities, works on everything. And Nova is in a really tough spot. The Envenom will take out the Tychus, but you know, also Sonya in a really terrible spot. She's gonna die for sure. And at this point, will Brightwing be enough? Nope. She decides to use her Ancient Spear to go in there. And Brightwing actually probably should have just left me alone. I probably could have got out of here, but now she's gonna be in a bad spot. I gotta peel for her the best I can. Try to slow these guys down with my keg toss and see if I can kill this Murky. But Brightwing is not looking good. Yeah, she should have just ran to begin with. I mean, Chen, it has a lot of sustainability. He can get on his own. She really shouldn't have come on me to start. She just thought we'd have an initiation, but most of our team wasn't there. They're either dead or out of the fight, and that tribute was lost. So, yeah, why chase? I mean, we weren't chasing. We were running, but that Brightwing wanted to engage. So they grabbed the Knights, rightfully so, and we could grab, somebody's calling for us to grab our Giants. I'm not sure if that's really a good play, because at this point in time, the tribute's going to be up at any time, and we need to be there to contest it immediately. As soon as it pops, we all have to go in motion towards the tribute, because the tribute is so powerful on this map. And there it is. Conveniently for me, it's right here in the top of the map, and they actually grab their other mercenaries. So they might be a little bit slow being here in all 5. So what we really want to try to do is get a gank, if at all possible, any kind of gank. Now Murky's not really what we're looking for. A Brightwing, again, just kind of getting out of position, being up close and personal, and now I'm out of position, so I can try to queue out here with Flying Kick and then just run. It's my best bet. And Sonya going in against all odds. I mean, they have much more damage than us here. They have many more members of their team here ready to fight, and yeah, we're gonna get ripped apart here. So you can see I'm just drinking my beer, seeing what I can get done with it, trying to get a kill, drinking again, but no, it won't be enough. It won't be enough to take out the Tyrael. And yeah, we are in a really tough spot in this game, honestly. You know, Nova's going to try to defend these Knights. The Knights are pushing. Hammer is in the bottom lane, just kind of doing his own thing. She doesn't seem to want to participate in our team fights whatsoever. Says, I'm going to solo push. Tribute's not that important. And that's kind of what's putting us behind at this point in time. Now, Wandering Keg is really amazing for displacement, and Storm, Earth, and Fire gives you an additional health bar. I actually typically go with Wandering Keg, but in this particular situation, I'm going to go to Storm, Earth, and Fire, because I feel like we need a little bit of an extra oomph, and just that extra presence of the extra heroes in the battle could be what we need to win. Nicely played by the Tychus. He's going to get out, and we actually have our Hammer just kind of low on HP right now. Actually, as I say that, the health regen on the new Whirlwind is actually pretty insane, and she gets topped off pretty quick with her health regen. So it looks like Tychus will probably dismount me. Yep, he throws his grenade, and I'm fine with this. I'm just going to drink up lots of beer and then initiate on him, because he is definitely a priority target. So we want him out of this fight. Well, this is going well for us. We have Hammer here, and I can actually try to close the gap here. We'll get the kill on Tyrael, and that's going to be a tribute for us, but Murky is going to disrupt us as long as he can, and his egg has to be nearby. I mean, I feel like it's probably behind his base up in here, but we're going to take a look just in these small areas, just to make sure that his egg isn't out in the open and available for us to kill. Yeah, we could see he was coming down this path here, so he does have it in a safe spot, and we don't want to make the risk of diving on it. But this Golem has done a ton of work to our top lane, and we can grab the Giants to help push that back. But you know what? Team's calling for Knights. I'll help out at Knights. So now, level 13, again, you just really want to focus on the shielding. Especially for a map like this, when you're going to be clumped up a lot fighting over tributes, you know, on a regular basis, you can get enough to share, which gives your shields to nearby allies at 44 shielding per second, and that's a very good amount. I thought my allies were coming here. Chen's very slow when it comes to soloing any kind of mercenary camp. He's more than capable of doing it, but it takes him quite a long time. because he is a very, very weak hero. But you know what? We've started, so we're going to keep going at it. It looks like this hammer is going to be pressuring our bottom towers. And it looks like Brightwing is actually just kind of soloing those giants. You know, she pinged the knights, not sure where she's going for the giants, but hey, not everybody is clear as what they want to be doing. I could definitely try to help our Barb, but it probably won't matter. Very nice heroic leap out of there. And yes, very nice play by Brightwing coming in to help her out. I'm going to tap the well right quick and try to get back down here with my allies. Brightwing will likely fall here, though. Very nice. She actually managed to blink on me. And she will live. So, you know, some close calls, but we're going to lose this tribute, and that's going to give them the curse. Looks like Nova has gone in to stall. Got a kill there. It's just their Murky, though, and a very, very nice heroic by Nova. Really, really nice plays. And I'm actually going to pop my heroic right now because this will let me queue in on Tyrael and get a kill. So at this point in time, you know, I really just want to let one of my allies grab the tribute. I'm just going to zone the best I can. This doesn't last all that long because you can dive into locations like that. Really, the three different spirits, they have different attributes: melee, ranged, and the green one does slowing. So it's got a decent amount of utility, but the real strong thing for it is the second health bar. I kind of wasted it, honestly. I really just wanted to make sure we killed that Tyrael. We probably had him either way, but I really just kind of wanted to showcase it because it's been so long since I used it. This Murky is just kind of trying to do some damage on my hammer. We're going to drink right up, showing the power of this shielding as we soak up all of this damage. And we really don't want to just let this Tyrael ruin our day. Now, what you saw right there, the throw by the Diablo was very nice because that's actually kind of the kryptonite to this hero. Any kind of disruption on when you're chugging, when you're drinking beer, not only does it stop you from getting mana, but it stops you from getting shield. And especially when you spec into it so heavily like this, it can really, really mess up your day. So we're going to try to get this gank on Hammer. She's going to run, and I don't think we'll have enough to kill her. But again, just shielding up my allies. And we're going to try to flying kick to get out of here, but I'm almost certainly dead. Yes. And the Odin is doing work on our team. Barbarian will go down, and their Tychus will live. Hopefully our Hammer does not overstay her welcome, because she should definitely be backing up. And she's using her thrusters to back up at this point in time. But we have Giants pushing in the top lane, and our team's calling for the Golem. I don't know if it's a really strong play. I mean, they're likely going to take their Knights since they're here. They're just going to defend, probably shift down, take their Knights, and potentially shift to their Golem. So it might be a better play for us to rotate and try to contest their Golem, because we should have time to do that. We'll be up in about 18 seconds. Everyone will be up. And, you know, what we're going to grab here at level 16 is Combat Stance. This gives you an additional 2 seconds on your Fortifying Brew, because presently the default is that you get 2 seconds of shielding after you stop drinking. And that's not a very long time, but when you make it 4 seconds, it adds up pretty quick, because it's a 5-second cooldown, so in theory you can pretty much keep your shields up at all times as long as you're not getting stunned. You have to anticipate that you will be stunned, which is why I get the chug oftentimes on the second tier for level 4. But this game I went with Amplified Healing because I do have Brightwing with me more often than less. A very nice heroic there, just, you know, doing a lot of damage to these mercs, helping us slow them down, and we can just kind of pound through them quickly, so then we get a lot of work out of it. But they're almost certainly at the Grave Golem. Team's pinging up there, but at the same time we see they're defending our Golem, so we can actually go up to their Golem. And, you know, there's pings all over the place. Some people want to take the Giant, some people want to take the Golem. Looks like we're going for the Golem. And it should be safe because we see that they are here defending in the bottom lane. And we'll want to push with this. Oh no, we have an ally disconnecting. Our Hammer is now a bot Hammer, but you know what? Of all the bots in the game, Hammer is probably one of the first ones I'd like to have because she just kind of sieges up and does damage. So shielding up our allies, nice heroic there by Nova, trying to scare that Tyrael. We probably could have jumped on her if we knew that was going to happen. And looks like our Hammer is back. She says, I'm lagging, but it's going to be alright. Again, we want to dodge this heroic by Diablo, and oh no, our Hammer does go down. We should be able to trade. We do get a successful trade, and I am slowed by March of Murlocs. Very, very strong ability. Just kind of locks you down almost indefinitely, it seems like. And our team is just so out of place. But Murky's egg is down. Looks like that exclamation point above his head notifies you that you can kill him. And I'm gonna try to dive in. Nope, it's not worth it. Didn't have enough brew, and I'm actually way out of position at this point in time. So I really just have to fall back and meet up with my allies at the tribute. Now you can see how much shielding I got for like such a short channel. Really just shows the power of the shields when you get the additional 40% on there. And they're coming from behind. I have the heroic. I'm too weak at this point in time. I'm just gonna dive right on in and see if we can get the kill on Tychus here. And now Diablo is, you know, well, no, but we want to again protect our allies, make sure that they can get out of there. And this is a very, very short ability, so it runs out, and we're just gonna kind of get our shields up. And that's very nice positioning by the hammer. She's really going to keep us away from the tribute, and they're going to get the curse out of this. We have no choice to contest it. Going to order our Nova to fall back. No, it's too risky. Just fall back, play safe, and maybe we can grab some mercenaries while we fall back. But they're going to have the curse right now. Here it comes, and all of our lanes will be pushed back pretty hard. Looks like they're actually going to be trying to take our giants, and I'm just going to kind of wait and see what they're doing. Here they are. It looks like there's 2 players, so I'm not gonna jump in and try to fight that. I know it will not go well. And Diablo here, though, I'll happily fight him by myself for a short period of time. The top lane seems to be their target. Here comes March and Murlocs again. It's gonna get all stuck in our wall, which is great for us. If he had waited a little bit longer to use it directly on us, could have caused a bigger problem for us for sure. But Sonya is in a really tough spot. Gonna try to channel some shields for her. And you can see it's really helping her last a lot longer than you'd normally see her living. And just get more shields up on her, and she will actually live for it. I mean, just really showing enough to share, and how strong that talent is to keep your allies alive, giving you a ton of extra sustainability, especially when you have heroes like Sonya and melee heroes that are going to be up in front quite often. We get the hammer, and now we can just really trade, and this Tychus is going to be dead. He can dash forward, but I'm just going to mount ahead and make sure we slow him down. And yes, very nice place, heroic by the Nova there, and yep. Oh, the spear misses. You know, that's what we needed. And this Murky might actually be able to do it, but nope. He decides to overstay his welcome, and that's gonna be a dead Tychus, and most of their team is dead, so it's pretty okay for us to stay here and try to take this Night Camp. Diablo is really just kind of going ham. There's no other way to put it, and he's gonna get picked apart. I mean, Diablo's a strong hero, but Nova and Hammer do a boatload of damage. So thanks for the food, Diablo. Seriously, like, not really sure what you were thinking. We got the giants available down there. Murky's coming on in. He's gonna try to stall us, but we just want to kill him and make sure we can cap the knights and restore our brew and mount up. And Brightwing's just gonna man up again. She can just phase shift back at any point in time. And Hammer says, alright, let's take care of this fort. Get some XP for our team, and now we're 20. So level 20, Spirit Spawn on ability use. I've actually never gotten to level 20 with this spec, so I'm very excited to see how it works. I'm going to use my Q, and it looks like, yeah, summon the little spirit that fights for a few seconds anytime I use an ability. So that's really kind of neat and really fun. And I think will assist in my damage quite a bit. Just additional harassment here. We got the spirit over there, just kind of doing his thing, stomping away. And Brightwing is in a tough spot, so we're just gonna shield her up best we can and try to nuke down some of their players. Ooh, this is really not good for us. Hammer is probably gonna die. I'm sticking around because I still have my heroic, and my heroic will be popped right now. Oh no, why did it default to that one? That's not what I wanted. Oh no, that one stayed alive the longest, therefore it pushed me back to that one. Very unfortunate plays on my part. Again, I typically get the barrel heroic, and I thought it would be really fun to play with this one. But, man, oh, not what I needed. You're supposed to survive longer with that, not kill yourself. Well, it looks like our team is posturing to get the giants down here in the bottom lane. And, Don't worry about the tribute, the allies say. It's 0-3-0-3 for both of us. I think that's probably the right call. There's no immediate need. We're not delaying a curse. They're getting their golem as well. So we're going to have golem wars. And honestly, I mean, they've got this wall pushed down. Our fort is exposed, or our keep is exposed, rather. And they're in a very similar position. I think the smart play here is for us to defend. But if we could get a gank on this Diablo, that would be absolutely huge. But it looks like it's just Nova, and she misses her snipe. So it's going to be tough for her to kill, and it's actually risky for her to pursue. But there's a very strong chance that the enemy team is really just going to be pushing with their golem, because the potential of pushing with it, and they actually grab the giants as well. So we have to get up here immediately to help defend, and I'm just going to kind of get in the front lines and start shielding as much as I can to try to save some lives. Looks like Brightwing gets out, and again, the Odin goes down for the barbarian player, but we don't want to just let this Tychus just kind of roam freely, do what he wants. We want to chase as much as we can. So I'm going to mount up and just... looks like my mount got canceled by this minion, little bugger. Well, the keep is down, the hammer and Brightwing are taking massive damage, and we really have to take this guy down before he gets through our shields. But we got the keep as well, so, you know, the game's even. Brightwing, oh no, that's a tragic misplay there, just, you know, getting in the melee range of the stomp and losing the rest of his health bar, getting stomped by the golem. Not something that happens too often, but it happens to the best of us, that's for sure. And Nova will likely fumble. She get the trade, now her snipe's still on cooldown, and this is going to give them a 2 tribute lead. I really don't think we're going to be able to stop it unless, yes, there's no global that we have to really slow that down. But Sonya's going to try to pick up the gank here on Tyrael, and will Hammer be able to follow through? Doesn't look like it. So rather than just waste some time, we're going to go ahead, clean up that Murky. Look at that, he's cleaning up the pufferfish, I like it. And Sonya, you know, this Tyrael's sticking around. But, oh, not enough. So, we can actually just really show off the power of this brew once again. As we just channel, giving us boatloads of shields. But no, she's going to fall. And, I'm going to make sure I clean up this Tychus. But we're not going to overstay our welcome too long. We're going to try to get out of here at the best of our ability. And looks like Diablo says, no, I am actually just going to shove you in the back and throw you down. Kind of greedy play by us, but what can you do? I mean, when you're playing in solo queue, you just kind of have to go with it. Even if you ping people, they often don't listen. I didn't try pinging in that situation, but, you know, we were so close to that kill, but that Tyrael knew that his shields would keep him live long enough, and he was very, very close to death. At least we got Tychus, but still, 2 for 1 is never good. And Brightwing should not really be up in the front like this. She needs to really just kind of retreat. Even if you're trying to delay, yeah, she's going to be punished for it. Like, Brightwing cannot delay long enough. That's exactly what they wanted. They said, alright, try to delay, because we'll just burn you down so quickly. But getting the kill on Hammer helps out quite a bit. I mean, 1 for 1. And but that's 3 tributes in a row, actually 4 tributes in a row at least for them. So they have, you know, a massive push coming. They're probably going to come right down the top lane since we don't have a keep. And Hammer wants to go for the offensive giants to try to keep the bottom lane pushed back, because we have these knights that will get the keep if they do not react. But it seems like the red team might just want to be going all in to finish the game. But nope. There's Tychus. He says, alright, these knights are going to do too much work. We need to defend them. But this Diablo, if he's alone, now he knows. I'm more worried about this kill than getting my Nova alive, because she's probably dead either way. Yes, the brew is enough to take him down. The damage over time successfully takes him out, and, you know, I'm not in the best spot. But Brightwing's coming in. I'm just going to shift my focus to this Tyrael, or Tychus, excuse me, force him to use Odin, and I'm going to soak up as much damage until my Brightwing decides that she should back out, because I still have my heroic. But no, they're being smart. They're focusing on Brightwing. Back up, Brightwing, back up, back up. We can all just try to dive in on this Tychus, see what we can get done. Wow, the heroic leap and my heroic as well. Really interesting composition there. Interesting combo you get combining the two. I've actually never seen that. Never really thought about it, but it's pretty fun, and it seemed to work out pretty well. But again, Sonya really far forward. Got to give her some shields. Back up, back up, back up. See if we can get her out of here. Yes, very, very nice heroic by Nova, and I should probably fall back, but you know what? We have a healer here that's doing a lot of work, and very nice, the double heroic. Well, yes, they're calling for the retreat, and I agree. Definitely should be getting out of here ASAP. Now, when I stop to drink like that, actually, you know what? Very nice of him to come forward, giving me some additional breathing room. And, ooh, no. Our right wing pays for it. You know, having these three chasing me, I kind of wish our Nova came to help us out, but they're just kind of doing their own thing. They want that golem. Whew. Yeah, they're just doing their own thing. Fighting the boss, not helping us. Not the best teamwork. You know, we pinged plenty of times. Hopefully they'd react, but they decided that the Grave Golem was more important. And the game's not over quite yet, but it definitely would have been nice to have the help from the two of them, because we were running for quite a long time, and we definitely could have survived. We survived for a long time. So they're likely going back to take care of our golem, and then they'll probably try to take some merc camps themselves. Our golem probably won't get a lot done. I mean, he might get through the shields and plus a little bit more, but I don't suspect that he's going to get a ton of damage. But it's nice that he got the stun on the Tychus there. That'll slow down a lot of DPS for them. But this Murky is continuing to pester, and yeah, Murky wants him to go straight to the golem, but looks like our Barb is nowhere to be found. She died forward a while ago, and she hasn't done anything in quite a while. Murky's going to go forward with our hammer, and Nova is just kind of playing cleanup duty. It's not good to have a disconnect like this, especially late in a close game. We might actually be in a tough spot, but oh no, Diablo is here to react. I think they should just fall back, honestly. This is not worth the risk. Their team has to be coming in. And yes, we are going to lose at least one member of our team. But we might be able to come in here and do something, but it's really not going to be easy. Our Barb is back. We got Tychus. Will we be able to get this little Murky? Doesn't matter, but we will. You know what? We might actually turn this around, because it looks like they might have people fighting the golem. No, they don't. But either way, it works out for us. And yeah, the golem would be a bit of a risky play. Sonya's gonna fall. Oh no, she has the shield. Let's give her some more shielding and see if we can get her out of this in one piece. And yes, the shielding. Letting him get away is not good. Oh my gosh, you see how quickly that hammer got burned down. We're probably all going to die. This is actually horrible. But I need to get out of here. I'm slowed down by the Murlocs, can't really move too quick. And looks like they're saying, well, the tribute's more important than trying to get a gank on me, because these guys really like to ping merc camps when they're dead. It's kind of frustrating. Alrighty. On that note, we're going to go in and try to get our knights, because it's really the best play we have. That tribute went uncontested, absolutely. And yeah, I love this little chat stab, this little stat tab, not chat stab. It's nice to be able to see your health regen and just kind of know the stats and just kind of read through it as you play the game. But it's just nice information to have. Definitely not something you should be keeping up all the time. It can be distracting for sure. Looks like they grabbed their golem. We got knights that'll push mid after we clean up their knights. So we should react by going to the top lane and defending their golem. Q for my team to come help out. And by Q I mean ping. Boards are all over the place, but that's quite fine. But this is a very important tribute. We can't give it up. Giving them another curse is the last thing we want, and having vision right now would be very nice for us. So we see that they're around here, but my team is nowhere to be found. They don't actually see the urgency, and I can't try to contest it by myself. they want to just take out the golem. I mean, it's probably smart. This golem's pushing in a you know, open lane. This tribute is really going to make it an incredibly hard push to defend. Diablo's Apocalypse goes down. Murky's egg has been destroyed. I mean, that's nice. It'll keep Murky passive for the time being. But Nova is picked out because I don't even know where she was admittedly. I mean, she was just kind of doing her own thing. This keeps going to go down. There's no stopping it. And that's probably GG. I mean, just... it's hard. Solo queue is always very difficult. Getting your teammates to kind of play in a, like, not even correct, but just cooperative formation is not an easy task. You know, we popped our heroic to try to defend, but yeah, the damage output is too high. But you know, that's one of the ways you can really build Chen. Now, like I said, this is definitely up in the air. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera in that situation, or why it's bugging out like that. That's very strange. I'm gonna try to fix that real quick. But yeah, just to try to build Chen, you can definitely use either or heroic. The Wandering Keg is often a safer bet because it's like an automatic disengage for your team, so it probably would have worked out better. Let's see if my camera is working. Very, very strange. Press the button for shooting. It says trying to use a new camera here for my videos. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. So yeah, again, so talent wise, I mean, let's just run through it again if you guys wanna have like the recap, and I'll include a build in the bottom of the video description as well. So if we just go to the menu here and look at the talents, level 1 we were in the Regen Master. For level 4, we ended up going with Amplified Healing, but oftentimes I go with Chug because having your brew at full is so important if you have to worry about getting stunned in various situations, because you're very frequently going to be using it in the face of your enemies, and they can easily poly you and stun you to prevent you from restoring your mana. This will help you make sure you get as much as you can, and it's nice to have the shorter cooldown or the faster regeneration of it. Amplified Healing is also very, very good, and Bottomless Mug is incredible as well because that gives you literally 50% more brew, so you go from having 100 to 150, allowing you to do longer combos. But I find that I'm drinking so often that I don't like Bottomless that much. Definitely certain builds I can see it being great though. Level 7, if Swift Reflex is definitely a viable option based on their comp if they have a lot of auto attackers, but Bolder Flavor, the additional 40% from the Fortifying Brew, I personally like that because it's just more well-rounded. Wandering Keg is actually probably better. Heroic Storm Earth and Fire was fun. I wanted to play out with it more, but honestly I think the game would have gone a lot better with Wandering Keg, even though it's kind of hard to like knock people around the way you think you might be able to, because they do actively move around. It's just kind of hard to, you know, bully them as much as you'd want. For level 13, I go with enough to share. I mean, we saw countless times how much that helps with Sonya and helping give additional shielding to my allies on the team, saving Brightwing a few times, saving Sonya, and just really helping us outlast. And I go with Combat Stance to give the additional 2 seconds, giving you 4 seconds on that shielding. Since it's a 5-second cooldown ability, I mean, you can pretty much keep your shields up constantly if you just want to keep drinking and keeping your shields up. And at level 20, I mean, we ended up going with Elemental Conduit, excuse me. But Untapped Potential is great, but Resurgence of the Storm is probably my go-to. I would suggest Resurgence most games if you're playing a tanky build with Chen. But you know what? That's what I think for Chen. That's kind of like my first gameplay with him. I've played quite a bit of him over the last week since he came out. So let me know what you think of him. Leave your comments in the bottom. Feel free to, you know, ask me some questions, request guides, and different, you know, styles for various characters in the game. I play pretty much everyone at this point in time. And hit the follow button if you enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care.